If I am a Buddhist, for example, I believe that the Buddha is my savior. Suppose I believe that. And that has been told to me from childhood. My parents have been Buddhists and so on, so on, so on. As long as I have found that security in that idea or in that belief, in that person, there's no freedom.
No, but it's possible that you can move beyond that framework, you see. Starting from within it, that you can move beyond.
That means I wipe out everything.
It means you wipe it out. But there's a difference between an approach where you wipe it out from the beginning.
From the beginning I'm talking.
And an approach where you start within it and go beyond it.
Which is important. Breaking down all the barriers at the beginning, not at the end. I'm a Hindu. I see what Hinduism is, lot of all the rest of it. And why should I go through number of years to be ended? Why can't I finish it the first day?
Because I think you'd have to reinvent and rediscover for yourself a great many things that you would be able to get through more quickly if you didn't.
No, his question is, I am a living human being in relationship with him or with her. In that relationship, I'm in conflict. He says, don't go about religion and illumination and nirvana and all the rest of it. Transform this, live rightly here, then the door is open.
Yes, but surely isn't that easier said than done? Easier said than done.
I know it's easier said than done, therefore, let's find out. Let me find out with him or with you or with her how to live in this world without conflict. Can I find out? Or is that impossible?
We don't know.
No, therefore we don't know. Because if my relationship with life is not right, how can I find out something that's immensely beyond all this? Beyond time, beyond thought, beyond measure. I can't. Still we have established right relationship between us, which is order. How can I find that which is supreme order? So I must begin with you, not with that. I don't know if you're meeting.
No, I would have thought that you could easily argue the other way around. Until you have that, you can't get this right, because the whole history of man shows that starting just from...
And therefore you invent that. You invent something illogical, may not be true, maybe just invention of thought, and you imagine that to be order and hope that order will filter into you. It seems so illogical, irrational, whereas this is so rational.
But you've now completely reversed your argument to start with, you see. He started with the patient coming to the psychiatrist's office who wants to get his relationships right, get the human relationships out of this state of disorder and conflict into something that's more
I am
tolerable.
not sure this way, forgive me doctor if I'm blundering into where the angels fear to tread.
Okay.
I question whether I'm doing right.
But they're doing just what you said now, starting with the relationship and not going to these bigger questions.
Whether they are really concerned with bringing about a right relationship between human beings, fundamentally, not superficially, just to adjust themselves for the day.
I don't think that you're denying that larger questions are involved in that. You're just saying that we shouldn't invent ideas about what a solution would be like.
Yes. I come to you, so let's wait a minute. Okay. I come to you with my problem.
Yeah.
I cannot get on with somebody, or I'm terribly depressed, or something dishonest in me. I pretend.
Yeah.
I come to you. You are concerned to tell me, become more honest, but not find out what is real honesty.
And don't we get into the problem of creating the idea of real honesty at this point?
No, it's not an idea. I'm dishonest.
Yes.
You inquire why I'm dishonest.
Yes.
Go penetrate into me, disturb me. Don't pacify me.
Yeah.
Don't help me to say, but be a little more honest and a little more this or that. But shake me so that I find out what is real honesty is.
Okay, that's...
I may disturb I may break away from you follow? From my conditioning, from my wife, from my parents, anything. You don't disturb me.
No, that's
That's just my point.
I do disturb you.
Partially.
Well, what?
You disturb me in order to conform to little adjustments.
Well, let's look at that.
Sorry.
I disturb you to conform to little adjustments.
Yeah, you don't say to me, look, you're dishonest, let's go into it.
I do say that.
No, but go into it so that he's totally honest.
Well, how deeply do I need to go into it so that I have disturbed you totally?
Yeah. So what? So you tell me. Do it now, sir.
Okay, you come in, and I in our talks we've noticed that the thing that you are up to is that you are always trying to find some other person to make your life be whole.
Yes, I depend on somebody.
Yes, deeply.
Deeply.
And you don't even know that. So I disturb you. I tell you that that's what's going on. I show you you're doing it with me.
Yes.
I show you you're doing it with your husband.
Yes.
Now, is that sufficiently deep?
No.
Why?
What have you shown me? A verbal picture.
No, not verbal. Not verbal.
Wait.
Okay.
A verbal picture.
Yeah.
An argument. A thing which tells me that I'm dishonest. Or whatever you tell. That leaves me where?
Well, if it's verbal, it just gives you more knowledge about yourself.
That's all. Knowledge about myself.
Yeah.
Will knowledge transform me?
No.
No. Be careful, sir. Then why do I come to you?
Well, not so that I can give you knowledge. You come thinking that maybe somehow I have some answers because because the society is set up
Why
so
don't you tell me, boy, do it yourself, don't depend on me. Go into it, find out, stir.
Okay, I tell you that. I tell you, go into it yourself. And you say to me,
I can't do
I
it.
don't know what you're talking about.
That's just it.
Yeah.
So how will you help me to go into myself and not depend on you? You understand my question?
Yes.
Please, I'm not the stage, the only actor. So this is really a serious question. How will you help me to go into myself so deeply that I understand and go beyond? You follow what I mean?
No, I don't follow what you mean. I understand how to help you go into it without depending on me.
I don't want to depend on it. I don't want to depend on anybody.
Okay, I can help you do that. We can discover together that you're depending on me. But I don't know how deeply this has to go.
So you have to inquire into dependence. Why am I depending? Security. Where is security? Is there such a thing as security?
Well, I have these experiences as I grew up that taught me what security is.
Yes, which is what? A projected idea,
Yes.
a principle,
Yeah.
a belief, a faith, a dogma, or an ideal, which are all projected by me or by you, and I accept those. But they are unreal.
Okay.
So can I push those away?
Yes. And then you're not depressed.
I'm dependent, and therefore I get angry, jealousy, all the rest of it. That dependence makes me attached, and that attachment is more. In that attachment, there's more fear, there's more anxiety, there's more. You follow?
Yes.
So, can you help me to be free, or find out what is true security? Is there a deep, abiding security? Not in furniture, not in a house, not in my wife or in some idea. And deeply, is there such thing as complete security? Sorry, I'm keeping on.
So you're suggesting that if I simply work on this with you and you come to understand that you're dependent, that's not sufficient because you won't have discovered any abiding security?
No, because that's all I want. I've sought security in this house, and it doesn't. There's no security. I've sought security in my wife. There isn't any. I changed to another woman, but there isn't any either. Then I find security in a church, in a God, in a belief, in a faith, in some other symbol. So you see what is happening? You're all externalizing, if I can use that word, giving me security in things in which there are no security, in nations, all the rest of it. Could you help us to find out if there is complete security which is unshakable?
Are you suggesting this is one of our most fundamental needs and drives and
I should think
activities?
so.
So indeed it's a fundamental question as to whether this sense of abiding, unshakable security is possible.
Yes. Because if once you have that, there is no problem anymore.
This isn't clear because then is it the individual that has that?
Individual can never have that security because he is in himself divisible.